So a position in the starting rotation used to be the biggest strength for the Boston Red Sox, but has turned into one of the biggest Achilles heels for the team. With a ton of injuries and a ton of question marks in the Red Sox rotation, let's talk about how they can fix it for this next season.
Hold up, wait until the whole team show up, yeah. I'm in Neverland, can't grow.
So hey, how's it going, guys? So today I am going to be talking about what the Red Sox need to do with their rotation during this next season to really fix it, and what to really look forward to for the 2020 Red Sox rotation. So remember, just 3 seasons ago, the Red Sox's rotation was looked at as the Golden State Warriors of the MLB for the most dominant rotation, with Chris Sale, David Price, Eduardo Rodriguez, and even before they had Nathan Eovaldi, they were looked at as one of the most dominant rotations in the major leagues. And then we saw with injuries from Chris Sale, David Price, and really sort of the inconsistencies of guys like Rick Porcello last season, the Red Sox posted a 4.80 ERA. And that position was one of the biggest Achilles heels for the Red Sox throughout last season. And we saw Chris Sale and David Price both end the season very early due to injuries. And especially for a guy like Chris Sale, who just signed a huge extension with the Red Sox, he really needs to figure out what he wants to do to really prepare his arm for the long haul of the 2020 season, because we've seen his shoulder and his elbow really be big issues for Chris Sale over these last few seasons. And we even saw Tommy John surgery become a possibility for Chris Sale after this last injury. And that is something that the Red Sox really want to avoid, because he is still only 30 years old, and it would be a huge hit for the Red Sox if they did not have their ace for an entire season. And so, especially with now David Price being in LA, the Red Sox need to find a void to fill that 5th spot. And one of the biggest things that has come up throughout spring training is that Chaim Bloom has talked about really bringing that opener process that he had started over in Tampa Bay to the Red Sox. And so the Red Sox in their rotation have guys like Martin Perez, who just is newly signed and was very efficient last season with the Twins. They got Eduardo Rodriguez, who in my opinion is really going to flourish even more throughout this season, because we saw last season he was able to develop into a very efficient number 2 starter in the major leagues. And then one guy that I think really is going to improve this next season is a guy like Nathan Eovaldi, who the Red Sox signed to a $17 million per season contract last year. And he was only able to post a 5.99 ERA and was able to go 2-1 in 12 starting appearances for the Red Sox last season. But one of the biggest reasons why he wasn't as efficient is because he was battling with a ton of different injuries last season. So it was really interesting to look at who the Red Sox just hired as their president of baseball operations, because in my opinion, Chaim Bloom is a pitching genius. He was able to draft and evaluate and develop guys like James Shields, Chris Archer, David Price, Matt Garza, Blake Snell. The list goes on, and we've really seen the Rays be the example of the major leagues of homegrown, efficient, dominant pitching. And year in and year out, their pitching has been unreal, and everybody has been very young and has all come through their farm system. So we could really see Chaim Bloom really instill that sort of system and evaluation and scouting department into the Red Sox that he was able to bring over in Tampa Bay. And we were really able to see over these last 5 seasons that the Rays were able to have a 3.86 ERA, when the Red Sox over these last 5 seasons were able to post a 4.09 ERA. So that just really shows you how inefficient the Red Sox not only have been able to evaluate quality starting pitching, but if you just look at the amount of homegrown young talent that the Red Sox have been able to bring over these last 10 years through their farm system, the last 2 guys that have come through the farm system is John Lester and Clay Buchholz, and that was around 5 to 10 years ago. So I think that Chaim Bloom is really going to be able to bring a ton of new, young, exciting talent through that farm system, and especially in the pitching position. And so let me know what you guys are really looking forward to for this Red Sox starting pitching, and who you guys think will really be able to develop and really be able to outperform throughout this next season. it'll be really interesting to see what happens this next season, and I really look forward to seeing your guys' comments for what you guys are looking forward to. And so also don't forget, please give me a big thumbs up on this video if you guys did like it. Go down and subscribe. I'm going to be posting new videos every single week talking about the biggest stories, not only surrounding the major leagues and the Red Sox, but also surrounding the NFL offseason and talking about also the NBA season. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would go and support the channel. I also do very similar things on my Instagram and also my Twitter, and both of those links will be in the description box below. So thank you guys so much for watching as always. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
The band, that's big views. Boarded the plane, won't be back to May. Nah, I can't camp it with you.